rebuilding. The catastrophic failure, a new start. Physically, mentally, our careers, our businesses. Step back, first step, next step. The driver in me just wants to get it done tomorrow. We'll do this, do that, let's move this, where are we at with this? You build some confidence, build some self-esteem, start to feel better about yourself. The Silverback Blueprint Podcast, a show for men over 40. We focus on getting stronger, staying motivated, building discipline, creating a community, and becoming truly happy. Hey guys, welcome to the Silverback Blueprint Podcast, episode number 23. Today I want to talk about something that I find super powerful, especially when we're trying to establish mindset. Part of my journaling early in the morning is using affirmations. Now, when I first started using affirmations, it felt kind of goofy and weird and frou-frou, you know, that kind of stuff, is, you know, one step above a chant. But the more I started using it, the more it became more natural. And then when I read the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, part of the rituals was affirmations. So silence was first, you know, try to take 5 to 10 minutes where you just meditate and breathe. I often do that after I jump in the pool. I just sort of sit there, close my eyes and just breathe while I'm drying off and think about, you know, whatever comes into my head and try to be cool and stuff, but not let it be anything purposeful. So not sit there and think about what I have to do today or what I didn't get done yesterday, but just sort of, you know, listen to the sounds I hear around me and think about those kind of things overall. So again, that took some getting used to, and some days it's easier than others. And there's all kinds of apps for meditations and different ways you can do it and stuff. The other thing I do is every day I'll write an affirmation down. So every day of the week I have a different affirmation. One of my favorite ones is my Monday one. And it's one of my favorite ones because it's an affirmation that sort of puts in perspective or shines a light on what I'm doing day to day, what I'm doing actively, how I'm occupying my mind, what I'm occupying my mind with, and how it affects what I'm trying to achieve and stuff. And it goes like this. For Monday, it says, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be to learn what I need to learn in order to become the person I need to be to create the life I truly desire. And I really, it's kind of cool. So, you know, I'll often read it to myself a couple of times, but you know, different days I'll get different things out of it depending on what's going on in my life. But basically, you know, where you are right now in your life, with your goals, your day-to-day, your happiness, is where you are right there. And basically it's a way of looking at things and saying, hey, this is where I'm at. And I want to achieve X, Y, Z. And in doing that, to do that, I have to understand that where I am in relation to that is exactly because of the things that I'm currently doing, the activities I'm doing, the mindset that I'm possessing, right? And the, you know, the fuel I'm using to go and work towards those goals, right? So if I'm over here and I'm trying to get leaner, which is one of the things I'm always working on, right? So right now today, I'm weighing whatever I weigh, and I want to weigh less, right? And my goal is to weigh 275, and I'm 325 right now, right? Well, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be based on what I've been doing, and I'm exactly where I need to be to figure out what the next point is and the next stage is to get to where I want to go, right? So what you have to do is you have to slow down, take a minute, and think about that. Think about where am I right now and why am I here? And because of what I'm doing and I'm situated at this point, I have to learn what's next to move on to the goal. And you don't do that if you don't slow things down. You don't do that if you don't sit there and think about it for a second or a minute or half an hour or 10 minutes. I usually give myself 3 to 10 minutes on this aspect because I'm sort of in the groove on it, right? But I'm at a point right now that I have to find out what's next for me to change, improve, or continue doing to keep moving towards that goal. And a few things are going to happen. Either I'm going to sit there and reevaluate and realize, okay, you know, you sort of come to your senses and say, all right, I've gotten this far. I still have this far to go. So I need to change some behaviors, adopt a new behavior, or learn a new skill to keep moving things forward. Because this is as far as I'm going to get in this goal based on what I'm doing right now. Right? And then being honest with myself, looking what the next step is, and then focusing on that. So it could be focusing on more, better food prep, more consistent food prep. It could be on turning around saying, hey, listen, what's a way that I know is going to make a big difference for me to keep my training going online? So one thing I did about a month and a half ago when I came back from my cruise in May is I know that I have to train 4 to 6 times a week. And I know that if I leave it up to my own devices, I'll get busy. I'll always get that bench workout in, and I'll get some walks in when it's nice. But there's something missing. So I sat and I actually just looked at, who could I train with during the day that would make me more accountable? So I reached out to a couple of guys, and one of them was Phil, who trains at Hostile and actually works for us. He's one of our supplement guru guys. He's competed in fitness and bodybuilding and strength and that kind of stuff. He's done really well. He's in his 40s. He gets me. I get him. He trains consistently, so it's something I admire in him. So I said, hey, listen, could you and I be training partners on Mondays? And he's like, absolutely, let's do that. So what happens now is that throughout the week, we obviously run into each other at the gym, but typically on Sunday, one of us is texting the other one just to make sure that, hey, what time are we training on Monday and what are we doing? Well, you know what? The amount of Mondays that I've missed since then is almost nil overall. So then I said, all right, that takes one day of the week out of it. What's next? So I sat there and said, well, I'd like to train 2 more times a week. Who could I train with that I can fit in a workout during the day around 9 a.m. because that's kind of like the opening that I had. So I thought of some of my clients, and then I thought of the guy I train with now, Kevin Conroy. Cool guy, again, in his 40s, owns his own business. He owns Ottawa Computer Services. He's the one who takes care of all our Wi-Fi and our interweb needs at the gym and stuff. Super cool guy. He's in business. He's into a bunch of different things that I'm into. I like the guy, and I know he's working out. And I figured he could use a little more accountability as well. So I reached out to him, and now Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m., he and I train together, which is cool. Now, once in a while, because we have different things going on, he'll say, hey, Kurt, I can't make Tuesday because I got this, or I'll say, hey, I can't make Thursday because of that. But we're doing it because there's a genuine reason why we can't do it. We have a business appointment, something's come up we have to take care of. But again, 9 times out of 10, we're there and we pound some great workouts in and stuff, right? So that was one thing that I said, what's something I can do to change some of my behavior and that'll hold me accountable, right? Because I'll be more accountable not to let someone else down than I will for myself, because we always give ourselves permission, easier to let ourselves down than we will for others who are counting on us. So right off the bat, I started doing that, and now I train Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. And in fact, some Tuesdays I train twice because I'll bench a Tuesday night with Steph over at the gym because we're working on his bench and stuff. And then I throw in some biking on the days I don't walk. So all of a sudden now I'm training 5-6 days a week. And the net result in that is I'm getting leaner, I'm getting fitter. I'm in my workouts now, I'm actually doing more because I'm just getting tougher and fitter, and I'm enjoying it a lot more overall. And when I look back, the 9 weeks, 8 weeks behind me, I can see that I've missed very few workouts, right? So that's one thing that when I sat and thought about it, based on where I am in relation to that goal, what can I work on? What can I change? And what can I incorporate? And so for me, it was adding those 3 specified workouts a week with training partners for accountability. And you know what? I like these guys and I like training with them. So we have good workouts, right? And we talk about stuff. So I look forward to that 45 minutes together, and it works on a lot of levels, right? I get to hang out with a couple of cool guys, get some great workouts in, and I keep moving towards my goals. So again, that's one of the things I like about this affirmation on Mondays is that it just makes me stop and think once a week for 5 to 10 minutes about where am I at in that. And, I might not like where I am in a certain situation, but then I come back to this affirmation and it just, makes me realize that I'm in this situation, and whatever situation I'm in, because there's something I need to learn, there's something I need to adjust, there's something I need to be more cognizant of to move forward in whatever area it is I want to improve, right? And that works on multiple levels. I have multiple goals, and some weeks one becomes more apparent than the other. But that affirmation, that mindset, doing that every morning for every day of the week, including Saturday and Sundays, right, allows me to just get in my own head for a little bit, just after I finish meditating. So it's kind of a clean slate, and I can get in there before all the noise and the craziness of the day happens and stuff. So super powerful. One of my favorite affirmations overall. And over the last year and a half of doing affirmations, I've changed a few of them on different days of the week based on where I'm at and what I'm focusing on and where I want to go with things. Sometimes I'll sit on the internet and I'm like, I'll just search affirmations and I'll read some different ones that people are doing and stuff, right? And there's a couple that I've stuck with for a long time. There's a couple I've recently changed. So it's a bit of a living and breathing thing. But that Monday one, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be to learn what I need to know, to change what I need to change, to get the goals that I want, is I think my most powerful one overall. And there's a reason why I placed that on Monday. So it starts off the week properly. Anyway, guys, if you haven't done it yourself, look up some affirmations, try it a bit, get into that morning ritual, get into that headspace, get up half an hour earlier, no one dies from it and stuff like that. Anyone who tells you don't have time for something like that is full of shit. They just haven't made it a priority. We have time for all priorities, right? Whatever we deem truly important, we find time for overall. So super powerful. Experiment with it. Might not feel easy or natural at first, but start doing it, and it's going to become a really, really cool thing overall. And if you have a cool affirmation that you're doing that's super powerful with you, share it with us. Send it to me at kurthaas@gmail.com, and I'll definitely throw it up and talk about it and stuff like that, right? So again, I'm always learning as well too, so it's really cool to hear different perspectives and stuff. In the meantime, guys, head over to iTunes and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you just found this podcast in the bus station and you really like it, get on there and get notified every time we drop some amazing podcasts and interviews. And if you do like some of the stuff we're doing and we're not making you vomit in your pajamas when you listen to it, please leave us a 5-star review. All right. And again, reach me at kurthaas@gmail.com, and I'll talk to you guys later.